All right. So my next three are all Batman based.
Oh God. Okay.
So this is where I think I might lose you.
All right. I'm also
Okay.
wearing a Batman shirt right now, completely unrelated.
Yep.
Here we go.
So first, and I don't know how long we'll be able to talk about this because you haven't played it, but I think Spider-Man PS4 is better than all of the Arkham games.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to keep this one because you haven't played Spider-Man PS4, but I thought I could get under your skin a little bit with that.
I've played enough of it to like see where you're coming. Like for me, it's just a matter of preference. Like I feel like they're both really great games. Like I just prefer being Batman to being Spider-Man. So like
totally fair.
It's one of those things. Yeah.
But okay, fine. Then I'll follow up because my next take is sort of builds off of that. Because one of the things I think Spider-Man PS4 does better than the Arkham games is it has a more emotional story. Specifically, I don't know, like Batman being not emotional is like part of his character, but I think there's ways to make him connect more emotionally. And like I think the most emotional moment in the Arkham trilogy is supposed to be the Jason Todd stuff, but since I saw it coming from a mile away and like it was just kind of a retread of like a story I've seen a dozen times already. I just like wasn't about it. And like Spider-Man PS4, just if you haven't played it, I don't want to spoil anything, but by the end I was like in tears. And video games don't make me cry. Like in general, I've cried at very few video games. So my next take is that the majority of Batman movies and games, since that's how I'm getting to this, but specifically I was thinking about the movies, are devoid of heart and just emotion in general. Like they're good in their own ways, but part of what I love about superhero movies is that they can have like a lot of heart happening amongst all this. And I think as much as I love The Dark Knight, it's like a procedural. Like I am just like invested in the plot and the antics of this like crazy like clown villain who you don't know the motivations of.
Okay. Nope.
But I never gave a shit about Christian Bale's Batman. I honestly wasn't that sad when Rachel Dawes died. I wasn't connected to Harvey Dent's turn. And, I don't like The Dark Knight Rises. I don't think any of the emotions last in that. So I think the one exception is like Batman Returns because Catwoman's arc is pretty like strong in that in an emotional sense. But it's fine. I get it. Some people like it, but I've read Batman comics that get the emotional aspect right, and I would like to see that done better in the movies, but they're so afraid of doing Robin. They're so afraid of doing the Bat family, and like they're so afraid of lightening up even a little bit. I think the one movie that got it right in that sense, that wasn't even live action. Like Batman Returns gets a bit of it, but like the Lego Batman movie is the one that actually gets like the heart of the Bat family, which is what I think is like, such a major part of it, and they just never do it. And I think that's, kind of touched on a bit in the games, but not enough for me. Like Batman's cool. He's one of my favorite superheroes, but like there's so much more to him. I think if you would just like, pun intended, unmasked him a little bit more, and like we got to see the person underneath it. Like I get so bored with brooding loner Batman. Like give me Batman with a heart, give me Batman with a family.
Okay. Like, I feel like our biggest disconnect in terms of Batman is like his general purpose and like his general tone and like what he's supposed to tell the audience and like how his character is supposed to like relate to the audience. Like, I don't read Batman as like I am with Batman as the viewpoint character. Like I read Batman as like I am studying a crazy person. Right. He's just fucking crazy. So, so you saying that there's no emotion in the Dark Knight trilogy, like I'll concede the first two movies, The Dark Knight Rises, the whole thing, like, and
so
okay,
weak.
It's so weak. It's whatever. No, from the beginning of that movie, he's in hiding because he can't fucking deal with the fact that the person that he tried to open up with, like the person he loved, the woman he loved.
Yeah.
And then the one guy, he was like, you know what? I can see myself like trusting you and being like friends with you and like not like I can kind of release this burden of what I can be a person now.
Sure.
Both of them just gone, like within the, like, I don't know, week, 24 hours. I don't remember exactly how things happened in the movies, but like it all happens really, 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 really fast. You can't say anything about it. Like, I'm not going to be able to convince you on The Dark Knight Rises. Like,
yeah, I just don't think it connected. That's all. Like, I just think Nolan doesn't, in general, I don't think Nolan makes emotional movies. Like, and that's fine, you know, like, whatever. But I feel like his movie.
Hold on. You don't think Interstellar or Inception or The Prestige or Memento are like emotional movies?
My least favorite part of Inception was everything to do with the wife. My least favorite part of Interstellar was like everything to do with the ending, which was all about like him having this strong emotional like, I just think Nolan doesn't get people. I really don't. I don't like think his characters feel real at all. And like, again, The Dark Knight is like about philosophy and it's about like the city as a whole, but I just like I don't believe any of these people are real people. And that's fine for those movies, but ultimately it's why movies like Spider-Verse or Logan or even like Endgame will always be better to me than any Batman movie that we've gotten, is because they succeed in a lot of ways like The Dark Knight does, but they also actually have characters that I give a damn about. Like emotionally speaking, at least. And that I believe when, like, you know, they interact with each other and stuff like that. Like, I love Michael Caine as Alfred, but he's just delivering speeches the whole time, and they're well-written speeches. But when he leaves at the beginning of The Dark Knight Rises, I was like, okay, I don't care. Like, I don't buy it.
You literally took the most emotional. Okay, so first of all, you said this movie is devoid of emotion, or this series is devoid of emotion, and then you take the most emotional part of arguably the series, and no, I'm not going to say. Yeah, let's say the series actually. I'll double down on that. And then you say that was just him speaking lines. Like, if it didn't work for you, I feel like it's different than it not being there. And like, to me, there is emotion there. I think it's valid. I give a shit about the people that I'm watching on screen whenever I play. And going back to the Batman games initially, like I was in tears for a good hour of Arkham Knight. Knowing all the Jason Todd stuff, like full spoilers, whatever, like knowing all the Jason Todd stuff, like getting over the fact that I was stalking the fuck out of this game, hearing WB Montreal being, or just WB Games being like, oh, this is a new character, we're making him from the ground up specifically for this game. And then 30 minutes into the game, me being like, oh shit, that's Jason Todd. Like, like even with all of that, just the idea, like, to me, the emotion of Batman comes from like his feeling of guilt toward not protecting his city, which is because he feels like the city didn't protect him as a young kid. So it's like this loop of like, anytime he doesn't do well or anytime he fails, like in The Dark Knight Rises, when he's in the fucking prison, like watching everything that's going down in Gotham, like it's not just like, oh, this is sad that it's happening to me. It's like, or this is happening to home. It's just like, I'm sad. That's creating more sad kids out there. I could have stopped this and I failed. It's like a very, 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 very internal, like, no, he doesn't, like, I don't know. To me, that's why I think him having a bat family should most always end with him being mad at them and pushing them away in some way. Oh. Like, it's not so much I'm not in it for if I wanted to be told everything is going to be okay, I'd read Superman. Or if I don't know, if I want to laugh, I would read The Flash. If I want to like think about, you know, the individual's role in society, and like Bruce Wayne is a weird example because we can get into the whole, he got his money probably from slavery and shit like that. Like I've seen those articles before and I buy into them, but I'm also like, I feel like the psychosis of the Batman is so fucking interesting and like so shrouded in like if you had to, I don't know, like angry might not be the best, like tired. He's just exhausted. Like he's an exhausted soul, and like whether or not he's friendly, whatever, I don't think it's the point. And I honestly forgot what the initial hot take that you said was. I'm just like, so I want to watch Batman now. Like I haven't like really critically thought about Batman in a while, and now I'm back fucking in it. Like all right. Gosh.
Well, I have another Batman one, but I'll let you go because that was.
I mean, mine kind of carries off of the Batman one.
Okay.